Hey everyone, Sawmill Charlie. While I'm out in the bee yard today, it's overcast, threatening to rain as always here lately. This is one of my deep brood box hives that I'm starting with this year. Right now it's set up with a deep brood box on the bottom, a queen excluder, and one honey super. And what I want to do is I want to demaree this, where I am going to pull out cap brood frames out of the bottom box. I've got another deep box over here with some drawn frames that are empty. I will replace the cap brood frames with the empty drawn frames, and then I will put the queen excluder back on and put on probably an additional honey super, and then put the brood box back up on top. And that way the hive will not have a really good strong swarm impulse, and I'll actually increase the workforce over time and give me more honey if the honey flow keeps on flowing. But as everybody knows, here lately we've had a lot of rain, so I think our honey flow is getting close to being over. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this hive here. I got a honey super here. It looks pretty good. It's 9 frames. Looks like they've been building it out wide. It's fairly full. Not bad. We got the queen excluder. I'm going to go ahead and take out a couple of these drawn frames. Give me some space over here in this box. Now let's go through this hive and see what we have to work with. Here's a really nice frame of cap brood. But the only thing is, on this side we do have quite a bit of eggs, so we don't really want that upstairs. What will happen is the hive will sense they're queenless and they'll want to make emergency queen cells upstairs. Another frame of open brood. Here's a frame of cap brood with some pollen on the other side. Go ahead and shake the bees off slightly. Check for the queen. Of course, I did that just before I shook it. Put that over here in the top box. Here's another frame. Good amount of pollen. There's the queen right there on that frame. We'll go ahead and set her right back in there. Now we know where she's at. We have her isolated. There's a frame of cap brood. Both sides, some pollen in it. This is an open frame. Here's another cap frame of brood, like so. We'll put that in over here. And the rest of it is pretty much open brood. So we're going to take these frames here And there's a little bit of, well, actually that's one there that's got a lot of brood on it. Here's a frame here that's got a little bit of brood. You're not going to get 100% because if you do, they'll try to backfill it with nectar. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. There's a frame that's open. It's got a little bit of pollen in it and some nectar. Go ahead and put that in there. I've got some other frames here that are drawn frames. They're open frames. All right, we know the queen's in the bottom. We spotted her. Queen occluder goes back on. Honey super goes back on. Fairly heavy. Nine frames. I'm trying to get the spacing here just to quite right. And I've got an extra super right here. Want to go ahead and put that on while we're in. And then we are good to put the brood box on. Now, we've got about 4 or 5 frames here of brood, but I also fill the box out with foundation. This is triple wax foundation, and I found is on a good flow, the bees will also draw wax frames for you, and then like I would come back in about 3 or 4 days, just check these top frames, shake the bees off, just look for any voluntary queen cells that they get to the point where, see, they're so far away from the queen on the bottom that they think they're queenless up here, and they'll try to make queen cells. If there happens to be a egg or larvae that's young enough. So we'll go ahead and put the inner cover back on. And the lid. Now I'll come back probably about 2 weeks or so, and I will check this hive. I will check the top box, make sure that most of the brood is hatched out, and then that's when I will take my hive lifter, pick up the 2 honey supers, and along with the brood chamber on top, and then I'll go into the bottom brood chamber and I will cycle the empty frames that are, let's say, 85% empty and have emerged with the frames that now are capped in the bottom. So you keep cycling that from the bottom to the top and from the top back down to the bottom to keep giving space for her to lay, and there won't be very minimal swarm pressure in the hive. And then also the honey will most of the time, well, you'll get about 50% more honey production out of a hive doing this. But like I said on one of the live shows here we discussed Friday night, it has rained so much right through the main nectar sources that I don't believe we're going to get the honey crop that we did, let's say, last year. So until next time, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.